why Arturo couldn't keep his girl. Now, season 2 isn't for a couple of more months, and when I mean a couple, I mean a lot of more months, at least 5 before season 2. So you have to understand that this is an important video. I want you guys to hammer in your head that you guys have to realize that this is why you can't just say, oh, I want to change, and then you dip your feet in the water and you don't change. This is about why you have to accept handouts when necessary, but you have to give yourself some leeway to know why you have to accept some handouts. Like when you get caught doing a crime and the judge offers you community service, are you gonna let your ego get in the way of that? Or are you gonna take the community service? You have to understand that you fuck yourself in a position where you have to rely on somebody when you have to kiss ass. If you don't kiss ass, you're gonna stay in the same position. You have to understand that, or else you never succeed in life. You have to understand how to play mind games with people who are in charge that shouldn't be, because you have to outsmart them, because they earned that position for a reason, and whether that reason was sinister or not, they still earned it. So what you have to do is you have to break down why they earned it and be like, okay, I'll kiss ass from now, so I'll let other people correct you, I'll let life correct you, and I'll let every single moment that you know that you shouldn't be in charge is the reason why you're gonna get fired. A business cannot succeed that way. You cannot hire somebody based on bias system alone. You cannot do that just because you're friends. If you do that, it's gonna leak through. It's never gonna be solid. It's never gonna be concrete. It's always gonna show when you do something unprofessional in favor of somebody due to biases. So why didn't Arturo keep his girl? Okay, so first of all, how is he gonna pass up Arturo? Blue eyes, same height as me, just as great as a personality as me. No way she could have passed it up. How did Arturo fuck this up? Because his goddamn ego. Let go of your goddamn ego and you get better results. He had this lingering thing in his head. It didn't matter how many times he got sucked up by her. It didn't matter how much he got pampered by her. It was forever lingering in his head. I don't want this because this is coming from Eris. I didn't earn it on my own. I didn't do this and that. You have to accept that you're a shitty person. Eris just gave you the best handout of your life, and you keep on having this guilt, having shit that shouldn't even exist in your head. There, I understand that he was still young and that when you get something through a handout, when you don't earn it, that gives you low self-esteem. But this is somebody who gave him nothing but love and understanding. See, took him from the streets, gave him a house, let him in, literally. Every single other girl tried to tell him it's okay because he started hanging with anime fans now. It wasn't about being gangster anymore, it's about being understanding. And so the first how it starts off is literally C becomes a stand for Arturo because C loves Full Metal Alchemist and so does Art, but Art literally destroyed himself because he kept on trying something that he should have never have tried. So here's what happened. He tried to avoid it at first, and C wanted to out so badly that he got his shit kicked out of him. She beat his ass, nearly broke his chest. Literally, this is a girl who's 10 years younger than him that happens to be an anime fan that I hooked him up with, and she literally beat the fuck out of him, trying to get him to stay. And he wasn't expecting it. All of those crazy fights that we had in high school where Arturo had the speed and I had the power was all due to him not working out and due to me working out and stopping. I'm gonna make that video for another day. So this is gonna be two Arturo videos for season 2. Why Arturo is my rival and the time Arturo got Vegeta. And those are gonna be heavy videos. So this is leading up to those two Arturo videos for season 2. So this is very important in terms of the continuity because you have to understand that this is a part of his character and why you shouldn't be in denial and why you should understand that you fucked up and why you have to slow down and why you have to accept something in life when you have no control in the situation. Back when I was in the group home, I was begging for a handout because I was homeless. Are you going to let your pride get in the way of somebody offering me some food? Oh, I'm homeless. I'm not going to let this guy offer me some food because I don't like him. Next thing you know, they start making excuses. Oh, it might be poisonous. You need to understand that you lost the power to control your own life, so you have to work your way out and use your mind when people give you opportunity. And this was really, really frustrating because all that talk about, oh, Eris, you try a girl, oh, Eris, you have no self-control, all those people end up getting their shit beat out of women when they try to step them up, and then girls finally use logic, shut the fuck up, but they're not expecting to get so smacked by their fucking yell that you're not even guarding your face, and you don't know that they will resort to some kung fu shit to make you stay, and that's what happened. See, this girl is 10 years younger than Arturo, but she's bigger and she's thicker, and because he never worked out, he got his ass beat by her girl. Lily broke his collarbone and had to be in the hospital. But guess what? She was so understanding. She felt bad. Due to being an anime fan, she felt bad and Lily let him stay with her where his collarbone broke. And Lily fed him oatmeal. Lily gave him tree, gave him everything to keep him content in her house because she literally felt bad for what she did to Arturo, and God keeps on telling him, you have to accept this, you have to accept this, and the whole time this is lingering in his head. Don't think he's oblivious from the fact that she's 10 years younger, and he keeps on getting mad because he can't have a civil conversation with her. He's like, you lost your civil conversations with Eris. You lost your multi-dimensional conversations with Eris. You have to make do what you have. You have to accept that that wasn't supposed to happen, and that you're supposed to accept people for being nice instead of being so-called multi-dimensional. That shit is a stage play. That is for a circus. And literally, all her friends were telling her the same thing. Stop acting gangster. Stop acting gangster. Please act correct when you're in front of my friends. Literally. And then it got to a point where she got jealous of me because of all my relationships, and he only had one. So the difference in power is clear. People were trying to gaslight me saying, well, Arturo still had the relationship. I gave him that relationship, and he's fucking up because he's trying to pull the same shit. So here's what happens. So after he gets healed, he starts admitting that he was wrong, and he starts confessing to her, yeah, when I was younger, I used to claim that I was the better fighter because I was faster and he was stronger, but he really got fat because he didn't want to stay in wrestling, he didn't want to stay in sports, and they literally was so understanding. So Arturo kept on getting good service after good service. After he admitted he was wrong, he started getting the good things, but the guilt kept on lingering on, and so he started getting cocky. After she started giving him consistent sex, after she started giving him consistent shit, he started to get cocky. Oh, Eris doesn't have a lot of stuff on screen. I may be able to gaslight him because I have a relationship. You forgot that Eris gave you that, what you have right now. He gave you an entire foundation, Lily. He kept on playing rap that was all about slanging drugs and guns and stuff, and Lily, the girls were like, I don't like that. And Lily, so some of the girls hacked my iPod when they were over at his girl's house, and they're all like, why don't you have music like this? Why don't you have music that you can dance to? Why are you always focusing on the message instead of focusing on having fun? Lily, talking about all this dumb shit, and Lily, they don't get it because they're not in the streets. And Lily, God's in his head. We're in the age where anime is the regular now, where it doesn't make you scared to watch anime, so there's no reason where you can't be yourself, Lily. But to a certain extent, she couldn't get off of his dick. They tried watching Naruto, but she kept on sucking him up because they couldn't get through one episode. And literally, they tried watching the anime, it never worked out, and so literally, so he got mad because she kept on sucking him up and they couldn't do anything else but have sex. And Godzilla said, this is what happens when you get what you want. Be careful what you wish for. Whenever all those multi-dimensional conversations were had with Eris, you see how they're all thrown out the water? Because now all you guys can think about is sex. That's what happened to him when he was at the group home. He had every girl liking for his body, but he couldn't have one intellectual conversation with them, and he missed all the good times and laughed. Why do you think he made that whole playlist? Because he was bullshitting? No, because the grass isn't as green as the other side as you think it is. And that's what you call growing up. So literally, he got mad because there was nothing else he could do other than sex, so he starts getting cocky, and literally, it got to a point where she started demanding shit from him when he couldn't handle her shit test, and God's telling her, you gotta be calm. Arturo, you gotta be calm. Because of the whole fact that she tried to pull the whole shit that Jordan tried to pull with me, where she tried to shit test him, and Arturo didn't know how to do anything. Because he wasn't built on calling girls out on their bullshit. He's like, what do you want me to do and stuff like that? And then she literally beats him up, and she literally gains control. And even though he explains the situation, he explains it in an uncalm manner, so they never take his side because he's not used to dealing with women. And literally, he's wondering, how can I be in my best behavior, yet she's still right every single time because you don't call her out properly. Literally, he's so inexperienced. This is the first time he's dealing with her, and then it got to a point where he thought that she was like very abusive because he kept on telling her to step her game up, to step his game up. Because whenever his girls kept on talking about rumors after rumors after rumors of how I have the better road girl, how I have the better girls, how they're still able to have a personality because I made them have a personality. Because of my daily habits, they learn from me subconsciously to have a personality, where Arturo stayed the same. So they don't really have a lot of room to work with Lily. So Lily, his girls were so understanding, and all them over, it's like, you don't have to try too hard to fit in stuff like that, but he was only good for so long. He couldn't keep the good acting so long. When you dedicate yourself to something, you have to stick with it. Now, you have to understand that he was only good for so long, and he's like, oh, when I turn good, it only lasted for a little bit. This is starting to shit test me. I don't want to be good anymore if I'm going to be wrong, even though I play my cards right. It's like, it's not about you playing your cards right. You don't have to write cards. You have to literally create new cards, and you have to think of ways to get out. You have to be multi-dimensional. You can't expect everything to be straightforward. You have to think about that. And literally, what he was doing was he wasn't accepting the fact that he got blessed. And so he started tripping over petty shit like, why is she winning in the argument? How come I'm trying to be civilized and she keeps on literally lightweight abusing me? It's not the fact that she's abusing you, it's the fact that you're not recognizing that she's 10 years younger and that she's not being rational, and that you literally have to play along with her in order to keep what you want. And you're gaining more out of it than her precious shit test. You have a house, you have consistent pussy, yet you want to jump to conclusions when you get the shit test.
Over this.
And so it came down to a point where he got her emotionally attached, and he tried to pull the whole shit with me, and he tried to pull the sleazeball shit with me, talking about, yeah, that's right, and if you keep on saying about this and that, you're acting all gangster, taking advantage of the fact that she's an anime fan, shoving gangster shit down her throat. He can't do that shit with me, because he used to do it with me, but not after I turned cold. He can't do that shit anymore, and he took advantage of that. And he took advantage that she was at my high school level, and literally he started abusing her, saying, oh, if you don't do this and that, then I'm gonna be this and that, and I'm gonna get in your ass. Take advantage. She's absorbing all this shit, but we're all like, dude, you are nothing. You are nowhere near G. You are nowhere near gangster. You are an idiot. You may be irreplaceable, but that doesn't last long when you stay the same. So literally, he was able to gain control over her, literally saying that if you do what I say, I'm gonna leave. And literally, she fell for it every single time until she got tired of dealing with his bullshit. She could only deal with it for so long. You know why you're not backing up your statements? Because you stay with the same wardrobe, stay with the same bummy gear, and you expect her to stay? You expect her to take you seriously? You expect her to believe your shit talk forever? You may have the certain action, you may have the slang, but you don't have the actions. You don't have anything to back up your statement other than the fact that you are irreplaceable. You're not irreplaceable because you're Doug. You're irreplaceable because you are an anime fan. You don't. And you do come from a good family that while you do better, you only have the advantage because you used to be a nerd. You forgot about that, huh? So here's what happened. She got tired of dealing with her shit. He got her pregnant. And literally, he abused his power way too much. And her and her parents made a unanimous decision to kick him out. He literally took him in and out of jail a whole bunch of times, and you do realize you're only staying for your clout. He took advantage of his clout. He took advantage of the fact that he was irreplaceable, and literally, the one piece of pussy I gave him, he literally abused and didn't know what to do with it. And literally, he thought he was cocky because he kept on running back to him, kept on bailing him out of jail because he kept on keeping him around. I'm like, you're not gonna be in that position of power forever. So she wanted to kick him out before her parents made the anonymous decision, and she kicked him out literally before all that shit happened. And then literally it came down to a point where he finally got her pregnant. It didn't matter if he got her pregnant because her parents already accepted him. So they kicked him out because he stayed the same and because he thought he was harder than what he was. You have to understand, you have to let go of your fucking ego. I gave him something beautiful, a beautiful platform that he could have expanded on if he would have just kept his mouth shut and would have kept on it. But you know what? That guilt was overriding him. That guilt was all like, oh, I finally got one, so this is a start for me to bring down Eris. No, you have to let go of that childish shit. You gotta let go of bringing other people down. Stop treating people the way you want to be treated. You need to stop listening to those gangsters talking about, oh, it's all about dominating territory. No, it's all about love and understanding. You come at her disrespectful because you feel like you're a higher tier than her. That's what happens when an adult picks on a little kid. That's what happens when you have experience without working hard. That's what happens when you literally only have the advantage of years. So what happens when he works hard within 1 year and you waste multiple years of your life? Somebody who smokes pot for 5 years versus somebody who goes to community college for 4 years. Okay, so you may have the advantage of street smarts when you got all the girls doing street smarts, but when the other guy has more opportunity with cars and stuff like that, and when you can't get a car because you always have your license plate chased down, is the same reason why you will never have the edge, and why it's better to take your time than rush to conclusions. It really, really sucked, but she broke up with Arturo, and that's for good because he abused the position that he was in, and he didn't realize if it was ever gonna backfire. He got cocky because of one that I gave to him. How your fuck are you gonna get cocky from somebody down and say, ooh, I have a start? No, I gave you that start, and I can take it away from you. And that's literally what happened. I didn't have to take it away from you because you stayed the freaking same. Yes, I was correct. She was all over his dick, but she wasn't all over his dick for very long. You know why? Because he stayed the same. He ignored everything. He felt guilt. He felt everything when he needed to let that go, and he needed to stop acting like he was more than what he was. And that's what happens when you let your ego get in the way of victory. He literally could have fucked her and all her friends. He was in a perfect position to gain his empire, but no, he let go due to his damn ego. You need to let go of your ego. You need to stop playing it safe. You need to literally just sit back and observe instead of taking action so you can stop tripping on your own trap. It's only working now in your head. You need to face reality.